Hello everyone, I'm Crystal here back with more Lucy, the eternity she wished for. Continuing where we left off, Lucy gave us a high speech that I truly loved. And now we're headed to school. Let us continue. I headed to school with my mind in a haze of confusion. My emotions were in turmoil. Turmoil, my bad. I can't. Okay, yes, the three laws of robotics. I do not care. I already know them. Jeez. October 14th. This game better end happy. I don't want any more sadness. The sure noise of the lunchtime bell rings in the distance. Immediately, the classroom begins to bustle with excitement. I'm gonna change the settings really loud for me. Okay, much better. Let's continue. Immediately, the classroom begins to bustle with excitement. As soon as the teacher leaves the room, Dr. Gears turns to face me. You're buying some bread, right? Come on, let's go together. He stands up and offers to go to the cafeteria with me. Even though he already has his own lunch, he's a good guy. However, I had no reason to go to the cafeteria today. Lucy made him lunch. Well, maybe, but still. Oh, today's fine. What do you mean, it's fine? You're not planning to get anything? Nope, not today. Don't tell me you're going on a diet. You're not gonna grow if you starve yourself at this age, you know. No, what I'm saying is that I don't need to buy anything. With that said, I quickly take out a lunch box and place it on top of my desk. What? Dr. Gears stares at the lunchbox in astonishment. I remove the lid to reveal its contents. The food inside looks scrumptious. It's giving off a pleasant scent. The presentation is excellent. I noticed that the menu is different from what I eaten for breakfast. She could have just packed up the leftovers and saved herself the trouble of making something new. Does she think I'll be pleased about this? Well, to be honest, I am a little happy. What in the heck is this? It looks like a lunchbox. It doesn't look like a lunchbox. It is one. So much sass. What is going on? You couldn't have possibly made it yourself. Was it your mother? Haha! No. Wrong. Couldn't be my fault either. You know, he's not even part of my life, so. If my new mother had actually paid that much attention to me, I could have probably grown up to be a normal human being. Yeah, I didn't think so. Then who? Could it be that you? He's pretty sharp. He seems to understand right away that it was my android who packed my lunch. As expected from a close friend of mine, he's gonna say that either I have a girlfriend or that I did it myself. What you're thinking about is probably correct. Wow, nice going, man. Huh? Well, I don't think it's really something to be congratulated for. So how many days has it been? Eh? It better not be that chick from the other class who made you this lunch. If it's really her, it's gonna be over between us, you know. At this point, I realized that we weren't on the same page. With a disappointed look, I burst his bubble. Actually, this lunch is from my android. I told you about this, right? That I picked that up yesterday? Oh, really? I knew it. Yeah, sure, you did. Dr. Gears collapses onto his chair like a deflated balloon. He gives me a look of disapproval. Well, he was the one getting ahead of himself, putting on a face that seemed to read, "What was I expecting from this guy?" Dr. Gears continues. I have to admit, it really was stupid of me to think that such a big pessimist like you could ever come close to scoring a girlfriend. Hey! Yeah, my bad indeed. Why am I friends with you again? I feel a sudden rush of blood to my head. I don't appreciate you talking like a big shot when you're always been single yourself. Oh. I'm just taking my time to find the perfect match. A sad excuse from an undesirable male. I decided to taunt him a little more. But think about it. Do you really think you'll ever find someone willing to accept your weird little hobbies? How about you try again after wiping off all that robot grease? That word. talking smack just because I look like a little nerdy. If you really think it's all about the looks, you'll regret it someday. I hope good-looking guys like you die alone. Maybe I went a little too far there. But a girlfriend? Huh? I've never really thought about getting one. After a bit of thinking, I make a light retort. I don't care. It's not like I'll have any trouble living without one. Oh, you cheat. You sure that's the case? You shouldn't lie to yourself. I'm serious. I'll eventually get married, so what's the rush? Wow, there's a limit to being carefree, you know. You're actually never getting a girlfriend until you die. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. Come on, let's be a little more honest with ourselves. Don't you at least have a couple of girls that you're interested in? The ones that are at our school are mostly pretty cute after all. No, sorry, Lucy. She's the only one. Someone I'm interested in, huh? Who do I enjoy being around with, Lucy? I don't manage to come up with an answer. Hey! It's because I've never cared for something like that. But if I were to think of a particular person, Lucy! Oh, she's so precious! I don't have anyone like that. Stop denying it. You sure? Definitely. It's suspicious how you suddenly went quiet for a bit, though. You're imagining things. I'm just guessing here, but could it be that you actually have someone that you like? I'm telling you, I don't have anyone. Surely you can't be interested in. My body suddenly tenses up. It'll be troublesome to cause any misunderstandings. I tried to quiet him down. Hey, what are you talking about? Me? Sorry, something got stuck in my throat. My mind goes numb for a while. A long time for me. Oh my jeepers. Let me make myself clear that I am not interested in that sort of stuff. Well, if you were me, wouldn't look hot enough to make all the girls go crazy. But I only like women. I hope you understand. Ha! You better not be thinking about debuting as a BL character without getting a surgery first. If you were in a video game, you'd be one of the most hated characters who would reduce the sales by 80% of the moment you show your face. Oh, that's not true. People call me handsome all the time. Sure they do. Who exactly are we talking about? Mom and Dad. And my sister. ... I start to feel sorry for making fun of him. Anyway, why are we talking about my looks in the first place? Don't change the subject. We were discussing how you're going to spend the rest of your life alone. Oh, is that so? What I'm trying to say is that you should build up some experience in dating. I'm not the one to talk for others, but you're a decent looking guy and you never talk to girls. Why don't you get some practice in? Practice? Doesn't really interest me. I take a look at some of the girls near me. They're busily chatting away at their desks put together. The topic of their conversation had nothing that I could relate to. Apart from that, it's something I wouldn't want to waste my time talking about. You try listening in too. How good looking this guy is, which couples are breaking up, who's getting rejected, how good these makeups are, how nice these clothes are. Do you really think you'll be able to join in? Ugh. He groaned slowly. Who turned off the difficult setting? See? Of course you can't, since all you ever think about it are your dumb robots. How dare you? If I wanted to, I'm no different. What did you say? I said I'm not different. I'm no different from you. I wouldn't be able to talk to them either. The high-pitched voices of the girls across the room invade my ear canals. They make my head hurt. One day, I'll also succumb to the reproductive instincts in our DNA and get myself one of those high-frequency, wave-emitting creatures to live together. Because that's just how life works. It can't be helped. My body wouldn't be able to resist the temptation. There's no point in forcing myself to do something that I have no interest in at this very moment, right? However late it is, I don't mind, since I'm currently enjoying my independence. You really are something, you know. I don't know exactly what's going on in your head, but it's definitely not normal. Like the way you make enemies out of girls just so you can sound a bit like a hipster. Shut up, that's who I am. In an attempt to change the subject, I shoot a question seemingly out of nowhere. It's actually something I've been meaning to ask though. Putting that aside, I want you to tell me something. Huh? What do you think about androids in general? Where did this sorry. Where did this come from all of a sudden? Just answer me. What do you think about androids? I just wanted to hear what a robot expert had to say. Androids, huh? They're convenient, aren't they? They make our lives easier. They just need electricity to run and don't need to be paid a salary. And that's true. They don't make any mistakes. Well, phones make mistakes, so yeah. They're friendly, the female models are pretty cute. I wonder if they have any male ones. Not that I want one. No, ever. I agree, except for the last one. But that wasn't the kind of answer I was hoping to hear. Asking a more specific question. Do you believe that androids have feelings? What? Androids. Do you believe that they have feelings? I wanted to hear the thoughts of someone with a great appreciation for androids. He had extensive experience with a variety of models, being an avid user as well. So it's a safe bet that he know a bit more about them than I would. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure what kind of answer I'm expecting from him. I don't know if his thoughts will affect the way I feel, but I still want to hear what he has to say. After talking a while to think, he lays it on me with a straight face. Androids don't have any feelings. They don't? That's what I said. They don't. Yeah, you're right. It was obvious what he was going to say. But I don't feel satisfied. How could this be? Maybe I was hoping for a different answer. What's the matter? Asking such a weird question and all. It's nothing. I just suddenly got curious, that's it. Dr. Gears is giving me a confused look. I've told you this already, right? Androids are great, but you shouldn't get too attached to them. I have a feeling it might happen to you, since you don't have experience with androids in the first place. Come on, I'm being serious. Do you know why so many people get attached to androids? Because they're cute and lovable? Why is that? It's because they want to escape from this place. I had no idea what he meant by this place. I have no choice but to ask him again. What do you mean? In short, they want to escape reality. Listen, I always wanted to escape reality. Do you see all the bad things that's been happening? It's related to how fantasy movies achieve higher sales during economic depressions. It's also why realistic romance movies, wow, have had a hard time getting themselves into mainstream media. People cannot momentarily escape reality by watching fantasy movies. Romance movies need to include something glamorous or exciting in order to appeal to the audience. Not really. Not a lot of people would be willing to pay to watch something realistic because it'd be too bland. People still go to the movies and watch bland movies, so... Do you get what I mean? I guess. Androids are like drugs. They can take care of everything you need, and you can also have a conversation with them. No matter how coldly you treat one, they will always respond with a smile. But this is where a number of people get delusional. Androids are caring. Androids are kind. This is what those people believe in. But androids aren't human. They don't have any feelings. They don't actually listen to your sob stories, nor they understand how you feel. Hey, Lucy was sad. Excuse you. They only pretend to. It's nice to have someone that cares about you and listens to every word you say. But these people aren't facing reality. Just like how fantasy movies aren't real. So you should never get attached to them, much like drugs. But you shouldn't even do drugs. Shush. These people are merely running away from this cruel world. I can't pronounce world. I'm sorry. In order to take refuge in kindness of androids. I felt what I needed to make this clear to you. I'd rather have an android, to be honest, taking care of me, than having to face reality at all. Don't worry, Lucy. I will always love you. Androids don't have any feelings. His words continued to linger in my mind until the end of school. I quietly repeat those words on my way home. Countless thoughts enter and leave my mind. I find them to be mostly meaningless. I try to shut off my brain, but it's not so easy. I continue to walk in silence while staring at the pavement, just like I always do. That's why I fail to notice her presence. I hear a familiar voice.
おかえりなさいませ。今日はいかがでしたか?
Lucy! It was Lucy's voice. I lifted my head. I realized that I'm home already. Lucy standing at the door smiling at me. Why are you out here?
マスターのお迎えですよ。今日はどんな一日でしたか?マスター?
I must have zoned out for a moment. I quickly recollect myself. Oh, it wasn't too bad.
そうですか。それは良かったです。マスター? マスター?
What is it?
なぜそんなにぼーっとされているのですか? 学校で何かありましたか?
No, I was just a little surprised.
びっくりですか?
Yeah.
何にびっくりされたんですか?
She looks at me calmly. I couldn't help but open my mouth when I met her gaze. About the fact that someone was actually waiting for me at home. All because he never had anybody. Because it has never happened to me before. The house always used to be empty on my way home from school. That's why I was surprised. It's something special.
マスター?
What is it?
学校から帰ってきても家に誰もいないというのは寂しかったですか?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to click too fast. No, not really.
迎えに出てくれる人がいなくて悲しかったですか?
I'm telling you, I wasn't. It's a lie. You were. The android standing before me remained silent for a while, without saying a single word. She continues to stare into my eyes. I feel uncomfortable. It feels like I've told her too much. The silence continues. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't delve any deeper. Instead, she softly takes my arms and begins to lead me towards the door.
今日は少し肌寒いですね。さあ、家の中に入りましょう。
Okay.
あ、そうだ。その前に一つ命令してください。
An order? What kind of order? Lucy reveals an angelic smile.
ルーシーがこれからも毎日マスターの帰りを迎えるよう命令してください。そうすればルーシーはいつ何があってもこうしてマスターを外でお迎えします。
Giving an order to a robot is the same as giving it a leash. And that is what Lucy was willing to do for me. She was willing to trade away a bit of her freedom in order to make me happy. I guess this is her own special way of being kind. You just go ahead and do as you please. It's not like I'll hate it.
かしこまりました、マスター。
But
でも
she is so adorable. I'm sorry, I have to stare at her for a little while. But it's not an order.
命令じゃないと言いますと
just a request. I'm not forcing you to do it. So if you don't want to, you don't need to. It doesn't matter. Lucy doesn't say anything. Instead, she responds with a smile and a small nod. And while being led inside by Lucy, my head continues to spin. Her kind eyes full of sympathy, my bad. The comforting warmth rising from her hands, her cautious gesture full of consideration. They're all part of someone's programming. They're not genuine, but at this very moment, I tell myself that maybe it doesn't matter so much. Even though her thoughts and actions may not be real, at the very least, she was giving me the happiness I've been missing in my life. That's why I decided to skip over the small details for now. I'm guessing it's nighttime? Or like evening? For whatever reason, my father came home early today. Well, not exactly early since it's already past 11 at night. But that's still early by my standards. For a guy who usually doesn't even bother coming home at all, he's made a good time. Lucy meets him at the door. She puts on her usual bright cheery smile.
お帰りなさいませ、お父様。今日はいかがでしたか？
Lucy, I think we've been over this. Don't talk to father. She doesn't seem to be affected by my father's ferocious stare at all. I expected to be able to keep up with his behavior just fine.
お洋服はこちらにください。
I swear he better not smack Lucy. I would smack him across his face. At first, he seemed like he was going to flat out ignore her and walk away, but he abruptly stops in his tracks as if he's changed his mind about something. I'm hungry, he murmurs with an unpleasant look on his face. It's his first early return in a long time, and that's what he decides to say. Lucy looks puzzled, but only for a brief moment.
お腹が空いたのですね。かしこまりました。
Her face appears to brighten up a little. It seems that she was happy to receive my father's first request. She might be thinking that my father has finally accepted her. Oh well, one can dream, I guess.
ルーシーがすぐに準備しますので、もう少しだけお待ちくださいね。
Lucy is about to hurry over to the kitchen. I stop her immediately. Lucy stares at me in confusion.
マスター？
Her eyes seem to be asking why I stopped her. I'm having trouble putting it into words. But I managed to utter the following. I'm also hungry.
でも、さっき召し上がったじゃありませんか。
That's true, but I continue to insist through a silent stare. I hope that Lucy catches on.
わかりました。それでは2人分お作りすればいいんですよね。
Once that's settled, she quickly disappears into the kitchen. And I'm suddenly left alone with my father. The atmosphere grows very stiff. He passes me a look but doesn't say anything. I can also sense his discomfort because of what happened yesterday. I feel even more anxious about remembering that. It feels like I'm lying on a bed of needles. If my time at home feels this agonizing, where exactly I'm supposed to find my peace and comfort, I decide to stay locked up in my room until Lucy finishes preparing our dinner. No! You gonna leave your father alone with Lucy? Later, Lucy summons me to the kitchen. I take a seat at the table and begin to eat. Beside my father, Lucy is waiting intently for his reaction. Just like when she first cooked for me, her eyes sparkle while awaiting the final verdict.
お口に合いますか？
She obviously expecting a positive reply, but there's no way my father would compliment a robot. As I expected, machines really are no good.
違うっ と言いますと
No matter how refined your recipes may be, you aren't fooling anyone. It tastes too bland. This won't do. He wipes his mouth with a tissue. I felt a little embarrassed because that was similar to what I told her this morning.
そうですか。少し残念です。気に入っていただけると思ったのですが。でもこれから良くなると思います。ちょっとずつちょっとずつお父様のお口に合うよう味付けを調整してみます。きっともっと美味しく作れるようになりますので、これからは期待してくださいね。
No matter what Lucy comes across, there's nothing in this world that could break her resolute smile. No, that won't be necessary. I was just testing you because I thought you might be a little useful, but that was clearly a waste of time. There's no reason to continue such an awful meal. Hurry up and take everything away.
でもお父様
And do not call me father. You have no reason to address me as such. Lucy flinches. What a useless robot. I can't believe so many people are losing their jobs because of these things.
お父様
Even while studying, Lucy does not give up.
ルーシーは料理でなくてもほとんどうまくできます。掃除、洗濯、すべてお任せください。
There won't be a need for that.
でもお父様
Now what?
ルーシーは本当にたくさんのことができるんです。お料理は失敗しましたが、きっとお役に立てることがあるはずです。
Awkward laugh. She's grinning uncontrollably. She looks like a total idiot. I feel frustrated from just watching her. If you're that confident, I suppose I can give you another chance. I'll be watching your performance.
お任せください。
With that said, Lucy swiftly moves to clean the kitchen table. After watching Lucy for a while with a look of contempt, my father gets up from his seat. Did you really want to keep this stubborn thing that much? Enough to make you bare your teeth at your own father? That had only happened in the heat of the moment. There is a whole undying issue between us, and he hasn't realized it yet. But I know that it'd be a waste of time to try to talk some sense into him. Pretending not to hear him, I return to my room. Okay, this is back then. Alrighty, well. Let's see.
おはようございます、博士。今日もいい天気ですね。
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it off here. I hope you guys liked it. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye bye.